So welcome back to Faith from Friday. For the third case for this week, we are going back to Florida. Specifically, we're in Jacksonville. Not a lot of information for this case, and so this video is probably gonna be like less than 5 minutes. Technically, could put it into a short, but looking at my notes now, I probably need to discuss everything that's going on in this case. So yeah, with that being said, definitely your thoughts down below because I definitely have mine. And so with that being said, I'm gonna quit my rambling and let's go and get started. Brianna Shantae Williams was born on August 2nd, 1992. She would graduate from Linden High School in 2010 as valedictorian and the homecoming queen. She would give birth to a daughter named Taylor Rose Williams on February 12, 2014. And in 2015, she would graduate from A&M University with a major in mechanical engineering. And then it says that eventually she would become a petty officer in the United States Navy. So on November 6, 2019, Brianna would call the police basically saying that Taylor was missing and that the front door was unlocked and that she was gone. At this point of the story, Taylor is like 5 years old, so it technically is possible that she could have just unlocked the door and just left on her own. However, a neighbor would say that Taylor would often be seen in the same pajamas outside for like hours at a time. And the last time he'd even saw Taylor was like way back in April, like April 21st. And remember, I said she made this phone call November 6th. So then, of course, police are asking, like, well, a neighbor said he last seen your child back in April, and it's November now, so what's going on? So then she said, oh, well, the entire month of October, she was with my parents down over in Alabama. So they got to go over to Alabama basically to verify this with the parents. The mom says, we actually haven't seen her since January. And the dad comes out and says, we haven't seen Taylor in over a year. So then they go back to Brianna. I was like, yeah, your parents didn't verify for you. So where the hell your daughter been? She's like, oh, well, she's been with the daycare that is on the base. Because like I said, she was in the Navy. And apparently they had a daycare for people that had kids. They go checked the military daycare records. And the last records from them that they seen Taylor was April 29th. Now people are last seeing Taylor in April and you're reporting this in November. It's obviously not looking good for you, man. So then, of course, Brianna's obviously looking a little suspicious at this point because said that she kind of stopped cooperating at this point. So they check her location history and they see a wooded area in Alabama. And on November 12th, they go to that same wooded area and they find parts of Taylor Rose's body in a plastic bag and apparently had been like decomposed. And they only found like her head, her ribs, and longer bones, which I would like to assume were like the legs, but didn't specify what these bones were. So not even her whole body's been found. So then, of course, it becomes public, because again, like I said, there was a whole ass Amber Alert. People were out looking for this child thinking she was genuinely missing, when this whole time she'd been dead. So then it becomes publicly known that Taylor Rose is no longer alive. She's actually been dead. Mother's a suspect. So then Brianna goes and tries to commit suicide by overdose. Obviously, she doesn't survive. And then she obviously is arrested. It's obvious by this point that she was the one who had her daughter killed. And she's put on $1 million bail. And on January 8th, 2020, she actually pleads not guilty to neglect and lying to police. So the witness apparently, that was Brianna's friend, apparently would come forward and say that, hey, about 4 months ago, she texted me that Taylor was over here hiding food on the bed. And that Brianna was also out all night, assumingly partying, because, she's young. She's a woman, so she's probably out, like, partying and shit. And then that's probably why Taylor was just outside by herself in the pajamas for multiple days, like the neighbor had said earlier. So then, of course, his friend is asked, well, what do you believe happened to Taylor? She's like, oh, well, I believe that she was put in a closet and she was starved to death. As of right now, until something else can be proven, that is actually believed to be what actually happened to Taylor. And so then on January 29th, apparently a discovery list was released. And in the list, we have, like, at the new apartment, we had a shotgun, handgun, and a rifle. And at the old apartment, we had shell casings for some of those guns. And apparently there was, like, 6 bloody areas in the old apartment. And kids' stuff in the dumpster. And in the old apartment, because we're trying to get, like, evidence against Brianna to prove that she did it, they find a closet that believed that Taylor was put in because it smelled like human waste and decomposition. And apparently there was also blood in this closet, like in the carpet, and they tested the blood. It was confirmed to come back to Taylor. And there was also holes. There was also like soup cans with holes in them, and it's believed that was Taylor's only food source. So then, of course, eventually she would pass away because, you can't feed just that to a child. And then there was also apparently a smell of a decaying body in Brianna's car. her Honda Accord. And then, of course, they go back to the location history because the body was dumped in Alabama, but this takes place in Jacksonville, Florida. So, like, what exactly to prove that she was in Alabama around the time that she would have disposed of Taylor. So then they check her location history, and it said that she made 3 trips between Alabama and Jacksonville on Halloween and November 1st and 2nd. And then apparently she went on Craigslist asking for help to, like, move to a new apartment, because, like I said, she got this new apartment now. And they will go find a couple who had helped her, and the couple will say, yeah, we never once saw Taylor. And so then after this, apparently they did help move some of Taylor's belongings, because again, that would look suspicious as hell if, like, you have a kid and I report this kid missing. Because again, it's believed by that point Taylor's obviously already dead. So if I call 911 and report this child missing, but ain't no child stuff in this apartment, that looks suspicious on me. So we gotta, like, transfer over some of this, some of her stuff over to the apartment, so that way it looks like I at least gave some of a damn about this child. So then, of course, she's obviously eventually sentenced. She's charged with 2nd-degree murder and sentenced to life. So, of course, like I said, no information, probably less than 5 minutes, like I said. Of course, we'll see when everything's done with all the editing and stuff. And so definitely know your thoughts down below, because like I said, definitely have mine. Do you think she should have been charged with 2nd-degree murder? She did get life, but 2nd degree is kind of lighter than 1st. But I guess they couldn't prove, like, exactly she planned on killing her daughter ahead of time, hence why she got charged with 2nd. Because, you know, 1st degree is premeditation. And so, yeah, with that being said, I guess that's all I have for this episode of Faithful Friday. I'm here for you guys 3 times every week, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt.